Now let's talk about Euler's method. Now, let's review that. Okay, for a general first order initial value problem where y prime is given, it's a function of x and y, and you know y of x0 is y0, that's given. The graphical explanation is going to be, so I know the derivative. So here's my x0. Here's my curve. I can go and find the slope at that point. Do you see that? And that is going to be the slope right here. And we can draw that and then go to the next value. And that will be, what is that going to be? y1 minus y0 equals the slope x1 minus x0. Do you see that? And the slope is simply the f of x0, y0. So y1 you can obtain by the equation of the line right here. And then move that y0 on the other side. Look what you get. y0 plus mx1 minus mx0. Do you remember that? So I know that m is f of x0, y0, right? That's your slope. And what is that? H. And that is that difference between x1 and x0. Does that make sense? x1 and x0 right here. So, and this is the formula for y1. You keep on doing. Now this time, you go here and you repeat the procedure. You're going to get y2 equals, depending upon the value at y1 and so forth. When you go and you write the general formula, you're going to get yn equals yn minus 1 plus h times f of xn minus 1, yn minus 1, and that is given by your first order initial value problem. Now let's look at an example. Let's say I am given y prime equals x plus y and y of 0 is 1. And here's my formula. And we are saying, okay, use the Euler's method with step size of 0.1 to construct the table of approximate values for the solution of the initial value problem. Alright, so I can go and do this by hand. Look what I get. y1, plug it in, y0 plus that. So y0 is 1, plus 0.1 is your h, and here's your x initial plus y initial. Do you see that? And you get 1.1. You go now here, you have to put this value right here. So the initial value, this one will come in here, 1.1. So this one depends on the previous thing that you did. And this one will depend on the previous thing that you did. So to use the table feature with the stat button is not a good idea because I have to take the previous value. But here is one trick that you can do. You want to develop a table like this, right? Doing all these calculations. So what you can do, instead of using the table feature, you can use the answer feature. Look at this now. I know the first one is 1 plus, so you can enter that, and your h, 0.1, times, so x0, which is 0, y0, which is 1. Do you see that? So that is to get y1. Push enter. Now this is my y1. Do you see that? Now what I want to do, I want to use this value to calculate y2. So what I can do, I can push this button, answer button here, and then say, okay, well, I'm going to add what? 0.1, which is the h. And remember, that's going to be now the previous values. The previous x values, 0.1. Plus, now you're going to enter the previous answer value. Do you see that? Now I have 1.22. Now I want to go to the next step. I'm going to use that now. And I'm going to use, so you can handwrite these things in the table. And you can go to second answer. Now again, this is the next y value, 0.1, which is your age, times, what is the next one? The x is 0.2 because the increments are 0.1. And the y is going to come from the previous one. So what was that? It was the answer that I found previously. So I don't have to use story call, but I can use the answer value to find these values. And you can take these and put them in the table by hand, like here. And you're done. Now, if I want to use a pre-written program, what you can do is you can go to this website right here, the TI, and download one. Just like I did before, you can go and you can look at a list of programs and click on the link, and it'll tell you what to do. You can right-click and put it in your computer. Now, the other thing you can use is you will need a TI Connect program, like I said, and then you need a link. And here's the different ways of doing that and step-by-step instructions. If you put this in your URL, you'll see that you're going to get something like this. And you know what you do, what kind of instructions and all that stuff right here. And then you can also go to this link to see what kind of cables and things you can use. And here they are, the connectivity kit and all that. So you can go and you can do that. The other thing you can do, you can write your own program, and I kind of take things and then tweak them and just rewrite them. But the way to write a program in TI is you go to Program, and then you just go to a new, create new program, give a name. I gave it a Euler. And then you can go and edit any time, and here it is. And I have an Euler program right here, and I'll just show you a couple of things. When you want to enter it, your calculator will enter these things. All these displayed statements are built into your catalog. So if you don't want to use drop-down menus, you can go to catalog and do that. Function of is in the variable menu right here, if you look in there, and yvars, and that one is on and off right here. Okay? The next one is if you want to type this initial and all that, and those are in the program IO menu, and that one is right here. Do you see that? These are all the display input and all these DISPs right here. You can also type that, using the alpha key, but you can pick it from here or you can pick it from the catalog. And then and it also has other options. You can clear home, clear table, and all sorts of stuff. And the IO, program IO, input output menu has all these inputs and displays, and all these are already built in under that program IO menu. If you want to get the like xmin and greater than and xmin, those kind of things, that's under the control menu. You see, these are all logical statements, and it is an if then and all sorts of stuff, and that's under the control menu. And the store button is under here. And then if you want to do drawing and things like that, that's under the draw menu. Okay. Let's see what else I have. I have the store here. And so go and kind of play with this, and then you'll see this control menu IO, and then the execution thing is just to run your program. Now what you need to do, you need to enter your Y0 and Y1 in there to run this program. So you need to enter f of xy. So let me show you how that works. Now, this is my initial program, y prime equals x plus y. So I will enter that in y1. So you go x plus y, x plus, where the heck is y? I can actually enter the y with the alphanumeric thing, so let me do that. Okay. Then I can go and enter that, and let's go to program, and it's under Euler. Okay, I'm running that. Now the initial x, remember what that was? That was 0. And what was my initial y? That was 1. And now you need to enter the step size. That was 0.1, remember? And what it will do, it will actually draw your y based on your initial value. And it's beautifully done. Let's say I do not want to see the graph of my y, but what I want to see is, I want to see the values. Okay, so what do? So I have another one, another program, and that you can obtain that program from the website that I showed you previously, or have some kind of modification of that. So y prime equals f of xy, right? So I'm trying to get the values for y. EULER'S program, Euler LSD. So that makes perfect sense. So let me show you how that works. If you go to program, if you didn't download it, you want to type it in, you can just create a new program and then go edit it. And here it is. And I'll show you some of these statements, function of, and all those things, and the things that you know, you can get all these things from catalog. Let me show you catalog here, and you can go to F, and you'll get all these statements in there, so you don't have to use the menus. And let me show you where that is. Function of, do you see that? Alright, now you can also use the some of these display and all those things, and those are in the program control things, and then, you know, control IO. You see, these are the logical things in there. And the other one is, do you see the display graph? If I want the input output things, I get it from those menu. Program menu has everything. So input, display, all these things are under the program IO menu. All these things. And these arrows, they mean, if you look in here to the program, let me get out of here and clear that. I want to go and look at that Euler LST program a little closer. And input, output, those are the program IO menu. Alright. These things, they are going to be store, and the store button is right here. Okay. And then whenever you want to get a Y, a Y1, Y, you can actually get the alpha from here, but Y1, you have to go to variable menu. The variable menu, if I want to go here, for example, like Y1, I want to get that variable menu, and Y variable, those are going to come from there. And you enter all that, and then go to the, you can get that from catalog. Okay? So let me show you the program one more time in case you want to just type it in yourself, so you don't have GraphLink or something. And so you can go and look at that. I will show you. You can pause the video and enter that. Okay. EULER'S. Here it is. Function of display input. And then next statement, display, input, label. Those are input, output. Display again, input, output. Pause. Go to 1. And you're done. You see, it's a very nice, cute little program. Alright. The way you want to run this, you're going to go and you're going to have to put x, you know, y prime equals f of xy. You have to enter x plus y in there. That's your example. X is from x, from this button. And y, I got it from just the alpha y button. Alright, so let's go and run the program. So you go to program, and you want to execute EULER'S. and push. It's go, what the heck is your initial x? Remember, that's the given. In this case, it's 0. What's your initial y? In this case, it's 1. Again, it's going to ask for step size. In this case, 0.1. Alright? And look what happens. And then it gave me something. And then, you see when I keep on entering, it's going to go and get the next one. So this is a little bit more automated than the one that I had before. You see, this is where I am right now. So you just keep on entering, so you don't have to go in, previous value and those kind of things, and it is automated. So you can download that program or a similar one from online, or you can just type it in the way that I showed you in here, and you're all set.